Rock on, rock on. My name is Ben Cool. I'm a sports analyst and the host of BC-60. Today I'm interviewing Emmanuel, the gnarly Yankees radio host and play-by-play broadcaster. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. I love that introduction.
Thank you. I'm excited for the conversation ahead and appreciate you taking the time and your busy schedule to join me.
Anytime, anytime. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. I have a few questions for you. How is broadcasting for the Yankees? What are your responsibilities?
It's incredible. It's a dream come true to broadcast for the Yankees. And my responsibilities for the season are to do post game for every single game on radio. So I'm breaking down the game, recapping the game. And then whenever Dave Sims, Susan Waldman need a day off, I slide in, fill in on the call of the game. But my main responsibility is to do the post game. So I show up early in the afternoon like everybody else, attend the clubhouse availability, hear from the manager, Aaron Boone, right around 4 o'clock, do some of my pregame preparation, tape a segment for pregame. And then the rest of the time is just taking notes and catching a baseball game. And then I'm on the air post game for about 40, 45 minutes.
Gnarly. Are your experiences? Which is your favorite one?
Ooh. This might be a cop-out answer, but every day is my favorite experience. I love baseball because you show up to the ballpark and every day is a new day. Like a player could go 1 for 4, 4 for 4, and you have the next day and it's a clean slate. Same deal for a broadcaster. So I could feel like I had a 9 out of 10 broadcast or a 7 out of 10. You always shoot for 10 out of 10. But however it happens, you have a new one the next day and you're at Yankee Stadium. So what can beat that? And that's probably my favorite aspect of the job.
That's awesome. How was being the voice of Saints College?
Oh, Sienna's the first team that gave me an opportunity to do play-by-play out of college. So I'm forever indebted to them, and I still do games at Sienna. It's really fun, competitive basketball at that level. Well, when you think about the parity in the MAC, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. Every game seems to come down to a possession or two. So that's the type of game you want to be calling. And the people at Sienna have been great. They've treated me so well. I love my broadcast partners, Andy Grisoulis, Connor Fenlon. My boss, Mike Demos, is amazing to work with. And they should have a great year this year with Jerry McNamara at the helm, year 2. So I always think of Sienna as the first place that gave me a chance on the air. And that'll always be the case. I mean, I could look at it 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. As long as I'm fortunate enough to do this, Sienna will be the first place that gave me a shot.
That's awesome. Who's your favorite Yankees player?
Oh, I give you a creative answer. It's got to be Aaron Judge, right? We're watching the best ever in certain ways to do what he's done. I'm not saying he's the best player of all time, but you look at his peak run here that he's on. We just haven't seen stuff like this, especially out of a right-handed hitter and a right-handed power hitter that's turned into the best all-around hitter in the game. Hopefully he's back in right field shortly with that elbow situation, but when he's in right field at his best, I think he's the best right fielder in baseball as well, with his arm and the way he can cover ground at his size. He's really a freak athlete and can do everything, a 5-tool player. So I could give you other answers as wild cards, but you asked me best and favorite, so I'm going to go with Aaron Judge.
I have 2 favorites, Carlos Rodon, the pitcher, and Stanton.
Oh, now those are great secondary answers. And Giancarlo Stanton might be my favorite Yankee, at times for a totally different reason. This guy embodies, buttoning up, going to work, and doing your thing. Like lately, he could have done anything he wanted to when Aaron Judge had a little injury scare. Instead, his first thought was, how do we get both of us in the lineup until Judge is ready to go? And he hadn't played right field in a couple of years. And he goes to the manager and gets his way back into right field. And he's having a blast doing it. When the games are bigger, this guy comes through, whether it's playoffs, whether it's the last 3 weeks where the Yankees have been fighting for their playoff lives and clearly haven't been playing their best baseball. And Giancarlo Stanton just takes his game to a new level at 35 years old. And, if the Yankees are going to win a championship for anybody, of course, Judge is at the top of the list, and the Garrett Coles of the world Cole, of course, out for the year, but Rodon's a great example of somebody who's earned his keep in New York. But Giancarlo Stanton has to be right up there as guys you want to win for.
And Carlos Rodon. He's a good pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any advice for me to enhance my broadcasting skills?
Great questions. I think to enhance your broadcasting skills, I love the setup you have here. And it's a very creative setup. You clearly have the creativity in your presentation to be the broadcaster you want to be. And everyone, their superpower in broadcasting is themselves. You can only be yourself. And the second you try to be someone else, you've lost your own identity. You've kind of given it away, right? And that's the only thing that separates us from the next person is what makes us unique, what makes us different. And I would always lean into that. But in terms of broadcasting, I would say always listen. Whether you're on play-by-play in a game, hosting a show, and you're working with a partner, or even working by yourself, listen to yourself. Listen to the things you're saying that are coming out of your mouth. Listen to your callers if you're doing a sports call-in show. Listen to your interview subject when you're doing an interview. There's so many fascinating things you can learn and bring out just by closely listening to the people around you that you'd otherwise miss. If you do focus on the next words out of your mouth, you might miss something that the person you're talking to is saying. And even if you really think you're listening, you're probably not listening enough because there could be something beneath the meaning of what they said that you could unpack that if you weren't truly locked in or dialed in, you wouldn't have heard. So I'd say you're on the right track. But I always tell people who want to go to the next level that listening is the key. And I'm always working on that myself.
Thank you for the advice.
You got it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me for an interview. It was an absolute pleasure to speak with you, hear your insights, your stories, perspective, inspiring, grateful for the opportunity to learn from you.
Thanks so much for having me. I had a blast. It was awesome.
Come back again soon so we can talk Yankees.
Definitely. Reach out anytime.
Walk on. That's the end of my show. See you soon, everyone.